Welcome to the next lesson in this CSS course. Today we are going to be looking at the background image, and instead of putting an image in the element, we're going to put some colour images in instead. So we're going to be looking at the linear gradient. CSS property linear gradient will create a background image for the HTML element, but we will do it using colours. So let me just remove these two lines of code for now. I'm going to shorten the height of this. So I'll just put background, the background property. So we're going to use the background image property again, and then we're not going to be using the all. Instead of the all, this time we're going to actually just put linear gradient, and then inside the brackets we need to place our colours. Now you can use different formats here like the RGB, but we're going to just keep it simple and just use colour names, and there are 150-ish predetermined CSS colour names, so there's plenty for us beginners to be using, and we're simply going to use red, green and blue for this example, and then we do a semicolon at the end. So when I save, obviously need to spell it properly, so there's a name missing there you go, save that. So in the browser you can see that we've got our linear gradient image. So what it does, it takes red, green and blue in that order, starts at the top. So the very top will be perfect red, and then in the middle we've then declared we're going to use green, which is the second colour and the last colour. So by the time it gets to the bottom, that is the blue colour, and then it will use the linear gradient to blend these together. And I'm sure you've seen loads of examples on web pages and stuff in books all over the place where linear gradient is used. For example, then you could put so you could declare this background image. If I then decide, obviously you don't need a colon there, so we'll save this. We only get the linear gradient, and can you remember why from the previous video? That's it. So if we cut that out, I hope you've remembered. We need to put the image on top first. So we'll save that. We then get this owl image being repeated with the linear background, obviously the repeats on. So let's just turn that off. If you didn't see that video, that's the previous video to this, where we learn about the repeat property. And of course we don't want to repeat it. That's the default, so we want no repeat. Save again, and there you can see we've now got this lovely image. So if I just make it a bit bigger, so you can see we've now expanded the element size, so it expands the linear gradient to the size of the image. That's why it's expanded bigger. And then we've got our one picture of our owl, which looks quite fancy already. So just using 2 lines of code to put 2 images and using the image using the linear gradient. Obviously it's a very effective CSS property to be using, and I'm sure you'll be using it quite a lot in your web pages to come in the future. Please hit that subscribe button, like and share to help support this channel.